I want to share this story with y'all. It is so sad. A Florida mother and two children were found dead after minivan crashes in a pond. Florida authorities are investigating after a mother and her two children were found dead in their minivan on Sunday after it was found submerged in a pond. The body of Shatoria Brown, 27, was found outside the vehicle, while the bodies of her two children, 3-year-old Relia, I hope I pronounced that right, and 5-year-old Ramajesty Johnson were found inside. The crash occurred in Immokalee just before midnight Saturday night. Troopers said that rather than stopping the car at the end of a street, Brown allegedly continued to drive until the van hit the water. Relia was pronounced dead at a hospital and Her Majesty was pronounced dead at the scene. A woman named Michelle, identified by Fox 4 as Brown's best friend, said the neighbors witnessed Brown running door to door asking people for help, but was unable to find anyone. Michelle said that's when Brown ran back to the sinking vehicle to save her children herself. A number of residents in the Immokalee neighborhood told the Naples Daily News that they didn't hear the car braking or tires squealing before Brown's van hit the water. The State Highway Patrol is investigating the incident. That is so sad. Okay, I want to read this and then I'll talk about it in just a second. Okay, here's another article. This goes into a little more detail. I wanted to get the short one out of the way because it did have something in it that was not in this one. Mother, 2 kids found dead in pond. A woman and her 2 children died after the vehicle went into a pond late Saturday. The community they left behind is trying to come to terms with the shocking loss. Deputies responded to the scene shortly before 11:30 p.m. Troopers said Shatoria Michelle Brown was driving eastbound on Eden Avenue, approaching Apple Street, when she drove across Apple and into the water. Brown, 27, was found outside of the car in the water Sunday morning after an extensive search by air, land, and water. 2 of Brown's children, Her Majesty Johnson, 5, and Relia Johnson, 3, were found inside of Brown's Chrysler Pacifica. Relia was pulled out and taken to North Collier Hospital, but they couldn't save her. Her Majesty was declared dead at the scene. Family and friends screamed in agony after learning their loved ones were gone. They were so overcome with emotion they could barely stand. This is a surprise to all of us. None of us know what happened, said Doris Smith, a family friend. It's just a tragedy to all of us and the family. Deputies said there was a report late Saturday that someone was calling for help from the water. Police reported that alcohol or drugs were not a factor in the crash. Officials are investigating what caused the crash to drive into the water. Smith was among distraught family and friends who gathered at the scene Sunday morning, trying to make sense of the loss. I can go on and on and on to say such great things about her. We love her so much and we miss her. She's going to be truly missed, she said. Smith remembered Brown as a loving mother. It was just the beginning of their life, and it had just all been taken away from them. For what reason, we have no idea. You know, things like this are so heartbreaking. You know, when I first saw that, you know, a mother and children were found in a pond, you know, the very first thought in my head was, you know, like, I mean, you have some mothers out here who just do off the wall stuff, okay? Not saying that this lady did that, okay? So please do not misinterpret my words, okay? But however, this is not the case with this family. The mother tried to get help, and it is so sad because she died trying to save her children. And Damn, man. I get these are the two little kids, and this is the mother. It's just so sad, man. It's really heartbreaking, and then it makes you wonder what made the car not stop. You know, they said they didn't hear any brakes squealing. I mean, which could be a sign of, you know, defective brakes or cut brake lines. You know, I don't know any more about this story. I don't know, you know, any other details. It just makes you wonder, you know, if someone cut the brake lines, you know. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times, you know, especially for us women, okay, you know, we go through a lot. You know, when you're trying to separate from someone, you know, or whatever the case is, you know, you have kids with, you know, a man who's mad or whatever, and I don't know anything about the children's father, anything of that nature, okay? But, you know, a lot of times that happens, and it just makes me wonder if someone sabotaged her brakes in some sort of way, for her to not be able to stop like that. Or hell, it could have been, well, no, it wouldn't have been ice on the road, okay, because duh, they're in Florida, and I can tell you right now, there was no ice. You know, I don't, unless it says on the river. I mean, maybe something did. You know, it was near water. It's possible. I mean, it could have maybe, you know, iced over or whatever. But y'all, I live in Florida, and where this is like, it's a few hours away from me. You know, and I don't know. I just don't think that was the case. I mean, they didn't say anything about ice or anything like that in the report. So I don't believe that was the case. But, you know, if, you know, just y'all pray for this family, okay? Because you've got 3 children who lost, I'm assuming these are her kids. Let's see. I'm assuming these are her children. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not. Okay, I don't know. I'm making an assumption. These are her kids. But if it is, you know, you've got 3 beautiful children who lost their mom, their brother, and their sister. And I mean, even if it's not their kid, you know, her kids, you have family members who have lost their sister or, you know, daughter, niece, you know, niece and nephew, cousins, whatever the case is, you know. And it's just, so say a prayer for the family that have lost these people. And I mean, it's so sad because I can look at this woman's face and you can tell, like, she looks like such a loving person, you know. And it is very heartbreaking. I hate hearing about people getting killed or dying, you know, innocently. But children, you know, it's just, man, it's so sad. It is so terrible because, I mean, they're babies, 3 and 5. To me, those are babies, you know. So just say a prayer for this family, and damn, y'all, just take extra precaution when y'all are out driving, you know. It's crazy, the world that we live in, I'm telling you. Every time you turn around, something is happening. Accidents, killings, stabbings, shootings, you know, all sorts of things, you know. And every day is not promised to us, you know. The next minute isn't promised, you know. People say tomorrow isn't promised, but damn, neither is in the next hour, you know, or tonight, or the next minute. We don't know what's gonna happen. So, you know, with that being said, I'm about to get off of here. You know, all I'm asking for is a prayer for this family, and I will be back on here later with some more stuff, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Damn. This thing is acting up.